Hello, welcome to our last episode for the year, like a Christmas special for Max Azure Community User Group. Yeah, so this is we're gonna talk about AZD and Copilot compliance. I'm Nicholas and joined by Kevin Green.
Yeah, thanks, Nick. Hey, folks. As Nick said, this is the last episode of the year of 2025, and we have two more great speakers on the show tonight. So we've got Konstantinos Pasidis, who has been on the show before, and he's going to do some talking about some community tools. I won't give away the names. If you've read the speaker session overview, you'll get the names. We'll let Con surprise you, and then we'll have Raphael Koiner, who is going to talk to us a little bit about compliance and security in Copilot chat. So two very different but relevant subjects as we close out this year.
Yeah, so we just want to say a huge Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to everyone. So thanks for all the learners and everyone just join and all the speakers.
Absolutely, yeah, and hopefully everyone has a nice Christmas break if that's something that you celebrate, and if not, we'll be back online anyway with this in the new year.
In the year, okay. So before we get started, let's just do some housekeeping. Let's just quickly. Okay. Yeah. So you can let me just full screen it.
I've got like a vortex view here, Nick.
Can you see now? Yeah, full screen.
No, well, I can see you're sharing this screen. You're not sharing the slides.
A technical issue. Yes. Get it?
Now we're motoring.
Yeah. So just before we just do some welcoming. So meet the team. I'm Nicholas, and I'm an MVP, senior platform engineer working for Canos.
And I'm Kevin Green, an Azure MVP and Azure practice lead working for Ergo in Dublin, Ireland.
Okay. So the code of conduct. All members of this group should abide by this code of conduct. Be friendly and welcoming to everyone. Be patient. Be thoughtful. Be respectful and inclusive. Be open and curious. So always trying to ask questions. You should try to understand something and not to criticize something. You can do this one.
Yeah, I'll do this one. So as I said earlier, the agenda for tonight, we have Konstantinos speaking first, and he's going to do a session on AZD Copilot compliance. AZD and community tools, and then Raphael is going to do Copilot security and compliance. So yeah, looking forward to it. So I think first we have Con, and I don't think you have anything agreed or locked in yet for January's event, do you, Nick?
No, so just keep an eye on the meetup page for January.
Okay, cool. All right, let's bring in our first speaker.
Hiya, content.
Hi, hello.
Hello again.
Welcome
back.
Yeah, welcome back for the second time.
Yeah. You know, this year I was so regretful I didn't came to the Microsoft Ignite. I was so keen to meet Nicolas, in person, but family obligations and other things kept me away. And I'm not joining either at the MVP Summit, so it's a double
whammy.
Double for me. But hopefully next year.
It's tough though, right? When like the community things, like they take a lot of time. It's just after 7 p.m. GMT here. What time is it where you are?
It's already 9 p.m.
9 p.m., right?
Yeah.
So, you're putting in your own time to prepare these type of sessions for these type of events. You're traveling, as you say, you've got family. It's hard to balance everything. I totally get it.
Yeah, that's true.
Totally get it. It's for the love of community.
Yeah. So before we get started, do you want to tell us what your session is all about?
So yeah, uh, I decided to have a look with you and present you something that's already online, of course, with some of my content that's actually there. Community portals, community tools that allows anyone to contribute and offer their ideas, their way of thinking, their engineering, their innovation, and everything that's
Yes.
actually good to be out there and other people to use and learn from. So this is really an amazing initiative from Microsoft and the communities that support these tools.
Awesome.
Hello,
Community is
Rafael.
always good.
Hello,
And there's
hello.
Raphael. Hey, buddy, how are you
Hi,
keeping?
hello.
I had some trouble with my Edge browser. I
No
Okay.
need,
worries.
I
Edge
need to
browser
switch
doesn't
to
give trouble.
Chrome, but now everything is working.
Brilliant.
Excellent. So Raphael, we're going to kick off with
First,
Constantinos, and you can just sit back, relax, fix your browser problems, and we'll come to you
bring you
after
back.
the first session. Yeah. Cool. Okay. So I think over to you, and we'll sit back, and I'm assuming you're going to share something, Connie. If you want
Yes,
to share, I'll let you know if it comes up, and then me and Nick can just drop off.
I'm going to share right now the screen. Share the screen, entire screen. It's a VM, but it's not an issue, I know. I think it's here and shared. Let me remove everything from
Got it.
this.
Yeah.
And here
Yeah.
we are. Let me.
There we go.
We will show some parts of the code and I will explain everything. So, all right.
Excellent.
Yeah, the floor is yours.
Floor is yours. Yep.
Thank you guys.
We'll keep you up to date with any questions that come in. Do you want us to keep them till the end, or do you want us to interject during your session? It's up
Yeah,
to
no
you.
problem. We can interject. I don't have any issue at all. I'll leave it up to you guys. I
Oh,
loved the interaction, so it's okay for me.
cool. Okay. We'll come in if there's a valid question.
Great.
Perfecto. Off you go.
So, hello everyone. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Nicolas. And I'm sorry I forgot the name of our host. I'm so sorry. Um, Together, we're going to have an overview of what tools are available for Microsoft tech enthusiasts to publish, share, contribute, and get their ideas out there. It's not only that we use, our blog posts and YouTube videos. There are two specific platforms that are really really interesting. They are already there for years, and for me, it was always my goal to be able at some point in time to learn the how to publish something in one of these platforms. And this year, the second platform came, as a result from publishing there. So let's have a quick look. You can see, I suppose, in my screen, I have the Azure Developer CLI templates as the first result here. So what is this? So I'm sure that everyone has heard of the Azure Developer CLI or the AZD. These are regular code repositories that include sample application code as well as AZD configuration and infrastructure file. In reality, there is an amazing site that support these templates that are coming from our community. So first of all, let's understand a little bit what is the Azure Developer CLI. It is a tool. It is an open source tool that can help us provision, deploy our resources in a unified way. We are following best practices. It is developer friendly and it doesn't allow you to deviate from the best practices paths that are out there. So, for example, since it takes you all the way from the bottom up. When it comes to infrastructure as code, you have two choices. You're either going to go with Bicep or you're going to go with Terraform. And AZD offers this tabulated way to do it. So you can use reusable templates and reusable modules, I'm sorry, and we're going to have a workflow to build your final target state of the application, because of course we're talking about an application. It's not only about deploying resources. Okay, it's an end-to-end uh, workflow tool or deployment tool. Okay, so let's say someone gets introduced to AZD and starts exploring the very well structured documentation. So I will tell you the truth. Since I have not been a developer, I'm not a developer. My job role is solutions architect, okay, or cloud solutions architect. But I am working as a full stack on my spare time. I'm learning, at least. I'm learning. So this specific tool led me to this very nice. Sorry, let's remove this from the top. Very nice uh, community managed website, which is named Awesome AZD Templates. And what is this? This is another repository, Awesome Azure Developer CLI. I want to find the specific website. There is a gallery. I think it's available here. Yeah, this is the hosted gallery. So let me zoom in a little bit for everyone to be able to see this. So it is awesome AZD, azure.github.io, awesome AZD. So this is a template gallery that hosts a number of these AZD created templates for a number of applications and solutions available for everyone to use. And why this is important, why it matters, okay? Because let's say you are exploring and you want to learn something and you are struggling with documentation, struggling with, finding pieces here and there. You're asking your AI tools, your copilot, everything. But there is a part missing here. You, unless you have someone on your side, someone that has actually done it, the challenge is a little bit higher. It's not simple resource, as I said earlier, provisioning, right? Or a sample application. It's something a little bit more complex that you want to achieve. And here is the solution for you. So let's say that we are browsing here and I want to find something about, let's say, what we want to find. .NET. Let's see what is available here. So .NET with semantic search and eShop Lite. This is an AZT template authored by Microsoft. You can see here the tag, but there are also other authors, community authors, and you want something with Rediscuss. So what is this? You're going to this link and you are immediately presented with the details, and you understand with a little bit of reading that all you have to do is open your IDE and just type this thing. Of course, you need to read the prerequisites for this specific template on GitHub. Okay. So, for example, if you don't have AZD installed on your environment, it won't work. You need some prerequisites to be filled for this solution to work out. You need an Azure subscription. And here are the prerequisites. You don't need, to read an encyclopedia of documentation to understand how to make this work. You don't need to be an expert in Visual Studio, but you want to see it in action and then start, reverse engineering the whole thing. That's the way to do it. And let's say that you are happy with this. All you have to do is copy, go to your VS Code, make sure that you are logged in. Let me close this folder. open a new terminal, or you can do it from your, whatever environment you want to do it. There are a number of IDs out there, and it's just this simple command. And when you're typing this, the first thing that you're going to be asked is uh, whether you want to initialize it first and whether you want to create also a new repo. So let's create a new repo here. It's okay. And it's downloading from GitHub the code. Okay. So probably this is a little bit big, so we can take another one if we see that it's too much. Now, you need to add a unique environment name. Why? Because the way that this templated workflow works, it does everything for you. All you need to provide is the subscription, the prerequisites, as we said earlier, the IDE, and of course, a unique environment name. So let's say that this is and something like that. Okay. And now you're ready to just press the AZD app. Why? Because if you go to the instructions that are very well visible, very nicely visible here in the Awesome Templates gallery, all you have to do is AZD init and AZD app to bring up the solution. Other solutions, or rather, every solution has some tags that define how what this template is about. Okay, so I was lucky enough, and this is where I'm going with this specific platform. I was lucky enough to publish two of my AZD templates this year. So let's find my name. I think it's under my name. I'm not sure. Yeah, there are two of them. The first one is an agentic Azure architecture document diagram generator with MCP validation and the containerized A2A translation service with Azure AI Translator. Now, I want to talk a little bit about my experience working with the team. First of all, from the perspective of using it, it is very simple. You saw you just need to initialize the template, and then with AZD app, it will do everything for you. Okay, you just need to be logged in into your Azure subscription and follow the prerequisites carefully. If you see any error, it is 100% sure that you forgot something, some prerequisite has gone wrong. So return to the GitHub repository and you will find everything there. Why I'm so confident about this? Because I had the opportunity to work firsthand with a team that maintains the repositories and provides help, instructions, and assistance to anyone that wants to publish a repo, and not only publish a repo. And this is the beautiful thing about this community. If you have an idea, but you lack the time, the skills, the patience, anything to start working on this on your own, just publish your idea, and there are a lot of amazing people, very skillful people that will help you bring this idea to life. Now, the bet with myself was to be able to publish something like this at some point in time. So that time has come. I was ready to publish this one. So let's have a quick look. What is this and why it is important? Agent to agent, right? The wave of AI has taken all of us uh, with it, and we have this, you know, surge of technology, this blooming of technology everywhere. It is, everywhere you look around, you will find something new about AI, something that is related to AI, something that will make your life better by using AI. And I'm talking from the developer coding, infrastructure, cloud uh, perspective. So, agent to agent, it is a protocol that allows agents to seamlessly interact without any intermediate engine just these two agents in a way that it is asynchronous. So when the first agent asks the secondary agent something, the second agent is delegating the tasks to whatever engine is there. So the communication channel between these two agents is always available. In our case, it's a very simple but um, important example. In our case, you are submitting a translation text here to the engine. Okay, let's say you're uploading a text file and you want to translate it. So once you submit it, the agent submits the file and the engine takes over to translate it. So what happens? There is a storage queue. The payload goes through this storage queue, and there is an agent or an engine, because it's part of the agent, that always has an eye on this queue. Once the payload enters the queue, the engine grabs the payload and sends it to Azure AI Translator and returns this payload to another queue. So the other agent can be able to bring it to your user interface. While this is happening, you are able to submit again and again and again translations. You don't need to wait for the first translation or the second translation to happen. So this is what I wanted to showcase. This asynchronous, uh, capability of agent to agent. And of course, it's not only that. You need to do it in a specific structured way. So if we want to have a quick look here, there is this translation agent and the translation worker. Everything is containerized because I want to highlight this. Guys, containerization. You need to start working with containers. And if you already done so, congratulations, you are one step ahead. We are seeing, of course, a lot of organizations trying to, refactor and modernize everything from monolithic applications going to containerization. And yes, this is the future. So let's have a quick look. Let's see uh, our web interface here. It's a very simple interface. In Python, all you need to have is a static folder with your CSS and your JS, and a template with your HTML files. The application part, which is the important part, here is where we will understand why this solution is important to follow uh, specific requirements in regards to agent. Okay, so if you have a look here, you will see how the message, for example, is created. So you need to follow a specific structure. So it is JSON RPC 2.0, and this is, let's say, the establishment framework for agents to understand each other. Okay, I'm staying here. I don't want to go deep in the solution. Our main theme here is the awesome AZD template. So this is one of my solutions that I was really happy to be able to complete. And when I completed it, then the idea came. Maybe I can publish this to awesome AZD. So I was very happy to follow every instruction available from the community's website. You will find here the contribution guide. So you need to create the new template. You need to add an entry to the public templates.json file where you are following specific instructions on how to do it with the tags, your author, your name, uh, the infrastructure as code tool that you use to do it, and everything that is required. And then you're submitting it. So you're asking for a pull request, and the guys will have a quick look, advise you on specific aspects of your solution because they are going to test it everywhere. And for example, in my case, this was tested in code spaces, and there was an issue with code spaces, and the team came back very fast to me and told me, hey, you need to do this because there is an issue, and maybe we can have a quick look here. and find uh, these messages, let's say, or this exchange that I had with the team. But the point is that you will find people that are really helpful. They will help you. They will make your dream, your idea come true. Because for me, at least, it was something that it was like kind of a dream, kind of a goal, kind of. I wanted to be able to publish this or something in Awesome AZD. So once that happened, you know, I was very, very happy. And yeah, now the team may be overwhelmed and maybe they will answer you in 48 hours or 3 days. It doesn't matter. They will always answer you and they will always provide information on how to work on this. Okay, you will find your messages, you will find uh, instructions, you will find ideas on how to make this thing better. And once everything is ready, in 1 or 2 days, that everything checks out, you will see your template here in Awesome AZD. So this is the first one, and there is a second one which is uh, a more complex solution. By the way, I'm using Terraform, but the next step for me is to try to do it with Python. I will try. And the next thing is this MCP validation. This is an idea that came true. So with natural language, being able to create an architecture document and an architectural design for the architect. It's not a finalized solution. I had the opportunity to work with a person from Microsoft. We were going to submit this into hackathon, but for other reasons, it was not submitted. And uh, the collaboration between me and the person from Microsoft was amazing. Uh, in reality, they took this solution and made it, something really, really amazing. But the specific one is the first initially raw idea of mine that was published in Awesome AZD. So it's a nice user interface again, where you can submit uh, with natural language your solution. So, for example, an eShop that's is going to serve 1,000 users per day with this and this and this. So when you press done or submit, the engine is working as you write. So it understands uh, the words and what can happen. Let's take one step back. So once you deploy this with Awesome SED, you are getting 3 container apps. Okay. The first one is the web interface. The second one is the backend, and the third one is the MCP service. The first time the backend comes up, it will create 2 agents in Azure AI Foundry, the design agent and the diagram agent. So while you're writing, the design agent is asking for recommendations in this MCP service. This MCP service is not published in the open world. It's just available to the backend. So you may have some suggestions, or it keeps it like in a caching way for the backend when you press submit. So you're asking for an eShop that is high available with Azure SQL, etc. The design agent will create a nice document, your preliminary solution architecture document. And the diagram agent will use diagrams from the Python diagrams library or framework and GraphViz with the help of this MCP service that has everything. Everything, and by everything I mean, let's have a quick look. This MCP service allows the agent to get away from the limitation of the sandbox that Azure AI Foundry offers. So this server has all the required artifacts from the diagrams uh, library or the diagrams packages with the correct names, with the correct icons. So it, the the agent from Azure AI Foundry without this was doing a lot of errors. So it was missing pronunciation. It didn't understood that Azure SQL belongs to the database category. A lot of errors, and this was a limitation from the agents. The agents they do have code execution, but it is in a small sandbox environment. So this MCP is offering all these tools to the agent, so the agent is free to understand that utilize everything, and then you get a nice diagram. So the diagram agent actually creates with the use of GraphViz uh, um, diagrams for you. And finally, this is for the story, but it is important. The the person from Microsoft has taken this to another level. So we are going to integrate, and this will be version 2. We're going to integrate Azure AI Search for embeddings and the MS Docs MCP server. So the agents will always have grounded data from the actual source, MS Docs, and probably we're going to use also some other mechanism to make the diagrams really, really nice. You know, so yeah, this is something that it will take you to another level to understand, first of all, how community empowers you to make your goals. I'm not afraid to say it, your dreams, your your next level better self, let's say evolutionary steps, a reality, and they will do it with the better attitude you can find around, and you will learn so much from you know from GitHub up to deployment, best practices, infrastructure as code, everything. Just go to Awesome AZD and everything is there for you. And the secondary platform is something that I just find out this year. It is named Train the Trainer. So here, I'm sorry, I had this uh, Train the Trainer, and I think it is also the same. Yeah, I think it's this one. No, it's not this one. I'm sorry, I will find it just a moment. No, it's not this one. Okay, give me a moment and I will find it for you. Just a moment, guys. It is training the trainer, and it is also uh, uh, community managed. I think I know what to say. The trainer MCT Hub. That's this one. No, trainer demo. I think it's this one. No. Okay, hold on. I'm right here with you. And this is very important for MCTs, especially if you are a Microsoft certified trainer or if you are going to become one and you're preparing for this specific community managed website will help you not only by providing resources, but by offering you alternatives and opening the mind. You're going to have some better ideas, let's say, some other than the ones that you're going to find around. So let me show you exactly what I mean. I'm going to find it in a moment. I really didn't know that this community was there, and I realized that this community it was also important for me because I'm part of the Microsoft certified trainers, and I didn't knew that it was there. So yeah, I think I found it. Just give me a moment.
I know which one you're talking about. It's
It's
on
train the
the.
trainer. The train the trainer.
It's this. It's this link. If you
Okay.
need it,
Thank you so much, Nicholas. Exactly this one I was looking for.
because I know the guys that did it.
Trainer demo deploy. I think I'm here. Trainer demo deploy. Yes, it's this one, but it has also a website. I think this is if you're looking for the demo deploy. Is this one? Yes, this
Okay,
is
yeah,
one.
that's the one.
Thank you so much. And this is the community that I'm talking about. So yeah, I'm sorry for the delay here. So this one, uh, you know, I saw it once and then I lost it, and I said, "Oh my God, I lost it." I tried to remember what this thing was, and then suddenly a good person, friend, co contributor informed me that they would really like to publish the first solution that you saw with the translation agent in this community website. Here you will find a lot of similarities with the previous one, the awesome AZD templates, but this is more dedicated to people that are trying to deliver courses. So you will find, for example, this AZ 104 API management with Conference API, uh, and many templates are also taken from the awesome AZD. Okay, you will find a lot of AI solutions and you will understand how the specific solution works. And for example, if you go to this one, you will see that you have this important information, how much it will cost you, how to publish it yourself, and which course this one is relevant. Okay, so this is really, really important if you are a trainer or if you are going to be a trainer or you are preparing for some sessions, and let's say that you want to say uh, you want to explain A to A protocol and show the code and everything, you can just go here, deploy. You will find the README file embedded into this pop-up window that when you uh, push it, and that's it. And that's it. So this is relevant for AI 102 and AI 100, the resources that you're going to deploy. Everything from scratch. You don't need to build anything. Just follow the instructions and the prerequisites. So again, this side is also very, very important. You can filter it out by who authored this. Is it MCT authored? Is it MTT authored? Microsoft. Is it new? Is it hot? You know everything about this. Very, very nice. All the frameworks that are available, related ILT courses, and the services that you are going to build. So yes, uh, really important. Awesome AZD and Train the Trainer websites. Uh, Now I'm closely following this, and hopefully I will be able to create something new. And again, hopefully the team will be able to publish it. Again, if anyone wants to contribute something here, wants some help, you will get help from the community, but I'm also open for you. You will find me in LinkedIn and social. I'm Konstantinos Passadis. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really, really grateful. Something a little bit more cheerful, community, tools, and collaboration between the members. So thank you so much.
Thanks for that.
Excellent.
It's amazing that you contributed to awesome AZD. Now have a look at it. Amazing stuff.
Yeah, some interesting stuff. So thanks very much, Con. Really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Cool. Okay, so next up we have Raphael. So last time I saw you, we were bumping into each other in a street in San Francisco, I think, if you remember.
It's in the beats.
Hitting the beat in the middle of San Francisco. So yeah, let's hand over to you. Can you hear us okay? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. Do you want to see if you can share your screen and make sure that works?
I can't hear you.
You need to hear me. I need to mute me, then you can hear me. And let me share my screen. Share my screen, entire screen, sharing. And now you need to see my screen, hopefully.
Yep.
It's working perfectly.
So before we start, do you want to tell us an overview what you're going to talk about?
Yes. I will talk about the things no one thinks about it when we start with Copilot Chat. That's compliance, data privacy, and all of these stuff which can break Copilot rollout or Copilot Chat rollout. And we will talk about a little bit about the history of Copilot Chat and also about the future, what is happening now and what is the future of Copilot Chat in this area, and about a lot of interesting topics about Copilot Chat, which is very interesting about, for example, about Ignite session where a customer from me is presenting the Copilot Chat rollout. So we will see a lot today with practical tips and hints and some news I found in the last 3 days. So let's start a little bit about and talking about Copilot Chat compliance. So what means everything and what is compliance and why and all of this. That's what we will hear in the next couple of hours. I need a little bit longer.
Excellent. Well, look, we're looking forward to it. And it sounds like you've got some news hot off the press as well that you just came across. So always good to get some latest and greatest updates on areas like this. So the floor is yours. Actually, before we kick off, how are you for questions? Do you want us to just bring the questions to you during the talk, or do you want us to hold them till the end? What works for you?
Questions every time and at the end. I need both. So
nice.
That's everything is fine. And normally when you think about it, when I talked about Copilot Chat at the beginning, we can fill 3 days. So we will summarize this a little bit. So questions every time, and I will answer all of these. And I have some news also out of this compliance bubble with me today. So questions, please ask your questions every time. And I will have at the end also a question part if someone has more questions.
Excellent. Okie dokes. Over to you. So Raphael, and the floor is yours.
Thank you very much for the invitation for these topics. It's a different one to the topic before, but I think it's all for you, and it was also for me a very interesting part to think about more about Copilot Chat. And let's start a little bit and talk about it. At first, who I am and why I'm here. That's a very interesting question. Oh, let me, the stream deck is over my Teams presentation. That's very interesting. Let me check if I can move forward. I can move forward with my keyboard. Okay, perfect. My name is Raphael Kölner. I'm the Group Data Privacy Officer of a car builder company or automotive company, and also I'm the CEO of a Microsoft partner here in Germany. and part of a law company. So I'm connecting the law and the IT. So that's why compliance and all of these stuff is one of my topics. And I start also with the legal part. So connecting the legal part with the technique, with concrete and exact hints what you need to do to fulfill the regulatory. That's my passion, and I love this. And often the people come to me and say, Rafa, you do something we don't love, but that's an essential part. And on the other side, and that's what we all love, I'm the leader of the global AI community Cologne. So I'm come from Cologne in Germany, and also the Azure Meetup Cologne. So I'm very familiar here with the Azure Meetup Azure community and Azure Meetup group. So welcome to the session, and also the Office 365 group, where we have in 3 days also our Christmas meet up this month with mobile. We will see how it works when we do everything with our phones, but we will see in a couple of days. And I'm leading the security and compliance community, where we talk about Purview, but also about all the contract things. So let's start a little bit and also talk about the contracts today. So going forward and start a little bit. What we do today, a little bit of introduction and history of Copilot Chat, or it called another name, the requirements, what we need to fulfill, some solutions, and I talk with you about a special one about the web grounding. So for today, we have some solutions from Purview to Enter ID to Audit Log, so across M365, and I push one of these issues and discussion out of the last 4-6 months with also a news from Ignite with me about web grounding. Copilot and web grounding is one of the data privacy and information protection issues, and we will put it together and explain how it works and how is the current situation of web grounding in Copilot Chat. And then we have the summary session where we summarize a little bit, and we can talk about maybe about checklists. We will see we have enough time, and then Q&A. So mainly I will skip a little bit summary and we do Q&A so that you can ask all of your questions. So let's start a little bit with Copilot Chat introduction. And you see here, that is the newest hint or the newest information about Copilot Chat. So Copilot Chat, since Ignite, is a part of M365 Copilot, full integration. And this is a free and secure AI chat. Free, not fully free, because we have to decide. Or we have to decide. Do we use the Copilot Chat free, where we don't need an account and everything, or we use the Copilot Chat in a workspace? That's what you see here. Let me use my my pointer, or my pen is a little bit better. So we will talk mainly about this, but I will show you differences to the Copilot free. So when you can decide, please use only the Copilot work. Why? I will explain you in a couple of slides and some introduction and looking into the admin center. So we are jumping through all the admin centers today. Also in combination with the Copilot control system. So this is also a very part, and Copilot Analytics a little bit about reporting we need to put together, but it's easier than in the beginning, because now M365 Copilot and everything putting together. So with work chat and Microsoft 365, or Copilot for Microsoft 365, I called it the premium model with $30 in a month. We have also some capabilities, so summarizing Microsoft Teams meetings. It's also possible in the premium part, so the Copilot for 365. But we will see more and more innovations today, and I can give you the hint why we see more and more features jumping. Also, the Copilot and M365 apps is now a part of the chat. So it's not only the premium one, it's also part of chat because of Google Gemini. But let's talk a little bit later about it, how Gemini influencing Copilot. So going a little bit forward, you see here, this is one of my parts. I have here a website on, this is data privacy website where we can find books and all of this. And you see here, that's the Copilot chat in the Edge browser. And on the other side, you see also the Copilot in our new start page. When you start M365, you see here your Copilot, and you see here also your Copilot work Here you see your Copilot Work and your Copilot Web part, so you can switch when you have a premium licensing, so Copilot for Work licensing. That is everything. Hopefully you know that is possible, and you know the app that you can use Copilot via web browser, Edge add-in, or via your mobile app. And everything is possible. And this is one of the questions, how I can get the Copilot for Work, which I'm recommended is the Copilot chat you have to use. You can have this when you have a Microsoft 365 or Office 365 licensing. You need only one out of this bunch, and then you get Copilot chat for you. The premium model, no, there you need an extra licensing, but the rest you get via a Microsoft 365 license. So very interesting. Have a look a little bit into the history. It starts with Bing Chat. Copilot Chat in the beginning was Bing Chat. And after Bing Chat, we go some months later to when we went November 2023. It was the beginning of AI parts in M365. We started with Copilot Chat. And then to the next year, we start with Bing Enterprise Chat. So the enterprise part of Bing Chat. And then also Google Gemini raised and is free for all. And then we start in January 2025 that also Copilot Chat, including with the licensing or comes with the M365 licensing, is also free for all. So not totally free because you need an M365 license, but when you have one out of the business or enterprise edu area, for example, or NGO area, you get Copilot for free. So it's not the same like Google Gemini, but it's for free when you have one of the licensing. Also, Google Gemini in M365 Workplace is the same. You need a Google Workplace licensing, and then you get everything for free. So Google Gemini is influencing here also Copilot Chat. The same with next, Google Gemini Enterprise. And then we see now on Ignite at the end of October and the middle of November to Ignite that Microsoft Copilot gets a full stack with agent, with pay-per-use licensing. And for example, you get to create videos with Sora 3 and Sora 2 to create videos with Copilot Chat. Before it was a premium functionality. Now Google Gemini starts, and also ChatGPT starts in a free version with video generation, and also now Copilot Chat has free video generation and free video generation with your company data. And what is with company data and company data access and how it changed in this history, I will talk a little bit later about it when we talk about technical auditor measures. So it is very important when you talk about Copilot Chat that you know the history, because some of the configuration, some of the part is also on this history timeline. So when you know, okay, Bing Chat, it was before Bing Chat, and you have to configure this in the Edge portal, you know today, okay, I need to go to the Edge admin center to configure some configurations for Copilot Chat. So you don't find it in Copilot Control Center, in config.office, or in the M365 Preview Center. No, you have to go to the Edge admin center. So that's because it was the Bing Chat Enterprise. And it's very funny because in the Entra ID, a very long time, some weeks before, it was the Bing Chat app. It was not the Copilot Chat app. So it called to the old name. So Microsoft currently is also updating the name from Bing Chat Enterprise to Copilot Chat. That's very, very interesting. And we will see also some name changes in the future. Hopefully you all see this and can remember. And what is also history, or now history, and it's very interesting, we have, I need to switch the slides here. We have the first German country that said, okay, this is a country in the north of Germany. And we said, okay, Copilot Chat is a GDPR and the GDPR compliant, the future chat, the secure chat for our authorities in this part of Germany. It's in Niedersachsen, and it is cost neutral. So you get this with the government licensing, M365. So they said, okay, let's start. And here's also the link. You see here that the official website, the picture is also the official website. That's why I don't translate it. The official picture from this country that Copilot Chat is GDPR compliant and secure, and you can use it also in a part of all authorities in this part of Germany. It's very, very interesting. And this is also interesting. They are talking about, that's why I choose web grounding today. They're talking about that everything from Copilot Chat is proceeding in Europe. Not everything, like an asterisk. There's a small part that's not produced in Europe. So that's why we know the part of Germany, Niedersachsen, is using Copilot Chat without web grounding. I will explain a little bit later why this is a difference between proceeding in Europe and out of Europe. Let's go a little bit forward. Copilot Chat on Ignite was more than an AI tool. It's more than an add-in. Copilot Chat is a part of M365. It's a part of the core tools. Also, in the contracts, Copilot Chat is now a part of the core tools, and it changed for the first-line worker, and it changed the work with the first-line worker. So more and more first-line workers also in Germany get these information. So these are slides out of the official Microsoft Ignite session. I will talk a little bit later which it is. And it says that Copilot Chat is now affecting the frontline worker, affecting every worker today, because it's possible and you can use it, and we have controls, and it's saving money and time. And it's very interesting that one of an interesting customer out of Germany was a part of the Microsoft Ignite with this video. And no, I don't want to show, to look with you all the 10 minutes of the video. I will skip a little bit, so I skipped to some parts of the video, but you can look at BRK282 on Ignite. It's published on YouTube, and it's also, so you can put it to this meetup, and also it's published on Ignite. So you can go to Ignite and you don't need an account. You can go there, and for free you can download the slide and also the video. So that's very, very interesting. I will show you a little bit. Hopefully let me go here and skip it. Hopefully it works. Let me check. Hopefully it works. I put the video in. If it not works, okay, I have the video open. Maybe it is a problem of the slide deck, but that's all fine. I will open the other slide deck. The video is very huge, so that can be a part that it's not copying fully. So you see the original slide that are the Ignite ones. And let me go to the, I'm too fast. Let me go to the original slide, and here you see, I can show the video.
The most important thing for our company is our frontline workers.
This is the heart of our organization.
Mein Name ist Armando Schneider-Morales. Ich bin Marktverantwortlicher.
Let me show it a little bit bigger, that you can see a little bit more.
The most important thing for our company is our frontline workers.
This is the heart of our organization.
Mein Name ist Armando Schneider-Morales. Ich bin
Do you hear something from the text? Or the other ones? Can you hear something, or use the chat, please? Hopefully you can hear, but it's also there, you see it also, the transcription above the video.
Verantwortlicher in der DM-Filiale in Karlsruhe. Ich fühle mich als eigener kleiner Unternehmer vor Ort. Durch unsere flachen Hierarchien bei DM ermöglicht es mir hier im Markt, mich zu verwirklichen und auch autonom und selbstwirksam handeln zu können.
Without our frontline workers, we don't sell anything. We enable every employee in our organization to be the best of themselves. Self-responsibility is our goal. Hi, my name is Jens, and I'm a DM Tech team lead.
I'm Kerstin. I'm the product manager for everything Copilot at DM. We are here at our DM headquarters in Karlsruhe, Germany, and this is where our Copilot journey started 2 years ago.
We have 10,000 knowledge workers and 80,000 frontline workers in our company. So the frontline workers are our most important group to support.
We started rolling out Copilot for our frontline workers because they get tasks easier done.
In teams. Things start, it's getting so much faster. Everyone has.
So I'm switching a little bit because that's very interesting. Yes, I have all of these stickers. You can ask for DM, and then you get all of these interesting stickers you see on the laptop. That was very interesting that you see here Copilot Chat as a part of the frontline worker part in a secure workspace. So this is also an example, and I find this is a very interesting example, a little bit switching to video content, where a company implement a secure Copilot chat environment. So and this is what the video is summarizing, every of the 70,000 users in Europe from DM is using Copilot chat on their phones. And let me skip a little bit, and hopefully I found the right
you have
place
the Copilot chat.
You see here, they use the Copilot chat on their phones to get information about the products, to see if the product is available in the store or where the product is available, and how they use, and you see it here a little bit, how they use Copilot chat every day. And you see here also the information. And when you look a little bit deeper, yes, it's in German, but you see here also the compliance hints. So, for example, the hint to the data privacy information, the hint that the answers can be wrong. And you see here, when you look a little bit on this side here, they're using the Copilot chat part. So they have also the licensing, the business one, but see here, they use the Copilot chat part. So I think that's also a very interesting part that we see here. We have a second company. So the first is the national authority in the north of Germany, and here you see a company in the south of Germany using Copilot chat in the stores and also in the environment. And you see here they're talking about the Copilot chat part. So let me skip a little bit. We don't want to look the full video. We don't want to look the full video. So closing the show and going back to the slides. So hopefully that was really interesting of introduction. You see, okay, more and more companies, also authorities using, and this is one of the well-known companies here in Germany is using this. So, but it's very interesting. What are now the requirements to use Copilot chat in the same way like these company, for example, or the other ones? We have to talk about some topics. We have to talk the legal part. The contracts, how are the contracts to Microsoft, the contracts to the employees? We have local laws like the AI Act. We have governments. Who gets access to Copilot chat? Which access has the Copilot chat itself? Do we use the Office integration or not? Is it accessible via the app or only on the desktop part or only the web part? We have data security parts with the spikes of PureView information protection, protect the data to use in Copilot chat, for example. And we have the licensing, so all the part of who get the free one. So we have a M365 license to get this one. So first line worker licensing, for example, in the example. And we have the pay-as-you-go part. So we have more and more interesting topics in this part of compliance and introduce and use Copilot chat. And in Germany and also in France, we have also the working council part. I don't put it here, but also the working council part where we make a contract with our working councils to use and how to use Copilot chat in a secure way, in a compliant way to the working council. So this is also a very interesting part. And when we put all of these together, we found these topics in this environment. From certificates, we talked about licensing, customer lockbox. What do you think? Customer lockbox is also used for Copilot chat? Yes, because Copilot chat is a core tool. And when you implement a customer lockbox and when you implement customer key for your Teams environment, it's also the same part is also used for Copilot chat. So that's very interesting. And what we learn here is Copilot chat in the background is kind for business communication. It's kind for business communication as Microsoft Teams. So at the end, when we use Copilot chat, we generate communication items like chat is also a prompt, is a chat at the end. So we see that the compliance tools like customer lockbox and also customer key is possible for Copilot chat via these communication string. And yes, also for Copilot for M365, the premium mode, but it's also available for Copilot chat, the free one, which you get with your licensing. Microsoft PureView, full support. We will see also today, full support. We don't have a gap here. Also, data classification, a part of Microsoft PureView. Encryption, yes, with customer key. Also, DKE, double key encryption, is also possible with Copilot chat because it blocks the access to the content for Copilot chat. with access, we will talk a little more in detail. The configuration through all the admin centers. So we don't have one admin center. Maybe in the future with Copilot control system and the AI admin, but today we need to go across all the admin centers. And we have also the certificates. And this is also new because Copilot Chat is since 3 months the core tool of Microsoft 365. It has also the SOC certificates and everything. So it's available in the Service Trust Center. And also more of the certificates, we have Cloud AI currently now since last week a part of the DPA, so part of the contract. So we don't have only Copilot Chat, DALL-E, Sora 2. We have also today also Cloud AI as a part of the LM models we can use. Okay, Cloud AI is proceeding in US, so that's one of the 2 parts. When you use Copilot Chat, it can be used in US, but we see also in the January, it will also be a part of the EU area. The admin center today shows, so very, very interesting. So this is all around of Copilot Chat, and when we look a little bit forward, forward, not backward. Forward, you see here the top challenges. And the first top challenge I talk with you is now finished. We see it in the admin center. And that's very important that I can make this red arrow. Now, Copilot Chat is a part of the DPA. Cloud AI is also a part of the DPA. Sora 2, DALL-E, also a part of the DPA. It's also a core tool. And it's also available under enterprise data protection, not only the premium part with the beginning. Now, Copilot Chat is also a part of all these requirements and guarantees which Microsoft gives. It's also available direct in the company. Yes, it's a company, the work chat. That's why I said I'm talking here about the work chat, not the free one. Don't use the free one. The free one is not under DPA. The free one is not proceeding in EU. It's all US. The free one, you don't have the guarantees from Microsoft. No, that's only for the work part of Copilot Chat. Also, the services, the deactivation, the preview support, wrap grounding, and we'll talk about later, is also a part of these. Also, the enterprise data protection is also only for Copilot for work with the M365, Office 365 licensing. So no training with customer data. Microsoft's copyright commitment. So that Microsoft said when you're using Copilot, then the results are a part of the copyright law. So the result, you can protect your results against other people. That is what Microsoft saying. The legal part, no. The legal part, though, when you look into the legal discussions that also the judges said, no, the results of the AI tool is not a part of your copyright law. But Microsoft said, no, we trust our AI. That is our guarantee. They pay. Then EU boundary. EU boundary for Copilot Chat. Yes, not for Bing services and Bing part and Bing Chat. It was not a part of EU boundary program. But now Copilot Chat is a part of EU boundaries, handling only in EU. And also the AI contracts. And that's very interesting that with the enterprise customer, and DPA is also a part of it. So I can make the red pen now. The AI contract, so the main contract is also part of Copilot Chat. And this brings us to the interesting part that more and more technical auto measures are now available for Copilot Chat. And you have to think about that is the free run in the Microsoft licensing. Yes, we know since last week that Copilot Chat licensing is 3 to 4 euros more in a M365 part. But yes, it's a minimum of price rising, but we have Copilot Chat in, and we have more and more tools which comes in, also Intune and all of this. So for me, it is not a high rise up. It's 2-3 euros. The most is fine for me. So when we look at the technical auto measures, you see that Microsoft is bringing all of these to the default Copilot. That's what I'm, as a data privacy officer, wish from the beginning. Bring all technical or regulatory measures from Microsoft to Copilot Chat, to the free one, or free one to the one which is free when you have an M365 license. So let's look a little bit deeper in these interesting parts. And this first of interest part is this overview. And this overview is the newest one I get yesterday evening from the Microsoft team, that you see here, the free part. And let me use a little bit here that you see it a little bit in detail. We have a look at the first part. You see here, so we have the chat, Copilot Chat web grounding with GPT-4, now GPT-5. Okay, they need to change. Copilot pages, file upload, code interpreter, image generator, and video generator since yesterday. And we have the agents part with Copilot Studio and SharePoint agents, which are also a part of this. So that's very, very interesting. We have also the Copilot control system is a part, the enterprise data protection, IT management controls, agent management controls. All of these is also a part of Copilot Chat. When you need more like oversharing, then you need the Copilot from FC65 licensing, or when you want to have these oversharing reports, you can buy the SharePoint Advanced add-on, and you don't need the Copilot MC65 add-on, and then you have these capabilities also without a Copilot for MC65 licensing. So you don't need the MC65 licensing for these controls, so you can use the add-on. Also, and this is very interesting that you combine Copilot Chat with these add-ons. And yes, without the premium features like summarizing Teams meetings or using the premium features in Excel, also in Outlook, you get 80% of the functionality with Copilot Chat and buying some add-ons. But then you can think about, when you buy some add-ons, you can buy Copilot full license, and then it's maybe cheaper when you want everything. But it's a very interesting option that you can use now, Copilot Chat, for all of these. And Copilot Chat, we have 3 parts, and we have 5 minutes about contracts. So sorry, we had to talk about contracts. We have the main contract support, so enterprise agreement, Microsoft customer agreement, Microsoft customer agreement enterprise, is Microsoft Copilot supported. So we are full contract support. It's the same for the terms and conditions. SLA, DPA, and product terms, full support. And that's very interesting when you don't think, Rafa, where I can find these parts. Go here. Oh, wait. Go here, and this is the AI Act. I go here, aka.ms/DPA, and we jumping into the DPA, and you see here that's the DPA, and this is the DPA part, where you find the newest one, where's also Copilot included. But let me check a little bit of the product terms. This is the entrance part for all of the terms of conditions. And when we go to here to the security part and go a little bit deeper, you see here Bing services are not included. We will talk a little bit later about web grounding. But when we look more and more, and we go here, core services, and let me check Copilot Chat. No, Chat. We can't find it because, let me check. Chat here, we see here Microsoft Copilot Chat is a part of the core services. Here, you see it? It's in the contract with your working and school account. It's a part of the core services. So yes, it's a part of the contract. And also when you look back, Microsoft Copilot Chat has SOC 1 and SOC 2. Yes, because it's a part of the core tools now. And now we have full SOC support, which was Bing Enterprise. No, but now with Copilot Chat, it's full support. And we see also it's a full support in the part of the data at rest core services. When you have a tenant in Brazil, China, European Union, France, Germany, you have full support of Copilot Chat. So we have Copilot Chat is not EU boundary, it's Germany. And in 2026, it begins that everything is a part of the country of these ones. So we have it in France, in Germany. We have also in US, it's today, but it's also part of this. So that Microsoft bringing Copilot Chat with 99% of the functionality in the data center of your region. So in Germany, Copilot Chat is proceeding in Germany only. So that is why also the authorities said, okay, when it's also only proceed in Germany as a shared service, yes, it's more compliant than Europe. We can discuss about, but it's proceed in Germany. It's proceed in France. So we, with our location of your tenant, 60% of these produced in 2026. So beginning in the middle of January in your part. So with the data registry commitments, it's a part of this. And this is more and more interesting because you can have a look into, and let me switch to my admin center. And when we go to, well, it's in Germany, but I'll find, go to organizations, and I go into my European tenant, and we go to data privacy and data privacy profile. Oh, no, that's my data privacy profile. Now I want to go to organization profile, data private here, data processing locations. And we go here, we see it's European Union because it's a European tenant, but new region, but I can go also to Germany. So it's also part today for Copilot MCC, including Copilot Chat. So you don't need to wait to January. It's today. It's a part of Germany. So in a German tenant, and I'm looking into a German tenant, and then you see the differences. You see here also that is possible to use these in Germany. So that's very interesting. And here you see my German tenant, and then I see show you also the differences. Org settings, a little bit bigger that you see there. Organization profile, data locations. And here you see why you don't see here Germany, because, and this is a little bit of the, it's not a missing part, it's a part of definition. So because Microsoft said, we show you currently, starting next year, also Copilot Chat, but we're showing you here the data location when it's a part of M365 premium licensing. But beginning of next year, they will show you also location. So next year, we will see also Germany and committed Germany. You see here, so that also exchange protection is now in Germany, is switching from Europe to Germany. And we will have also in the future Copilot also seen here in Germany. So you see for a German tenant, also for Switzerland tenant, for a tenant in France, we have everything in our region, in our boundary of our country. This is a very, very interesting and very new part that we talk about the EU boundary program in the contracts, and from the contracts we talk about a boundary program of our countries itself. And this is a little bit of a revolution, because when you have a look into the market, Google Gemini is US. Everything of this is US, and Microsoft bring it into your country. That is a very important part, and this is a part also of the contracts. And we have these unilateral commitments like no training with customer. Of this was Microsoft also bringing with me. I have some slides, but these are under NDA. But these show also these parts of all these commitments that are not under NDA that are freely to use. And when you have a look a little bit deeper, this is the contract structure. I don't want to talk much about, because we want to talk now a little bit about the technical part, but this is the contractual structure. So yes, it's possible. And Copilot Chat is not differences to the other ones. And let go a little bit deeper to the technical part. This is the lawyer part, but I want to show you how this structure looks like with subcontractors and everything. So Bing, for example, is Microsoft Corp, and you see it here. This is a subcontractor, but let's talk a little bit later about this part. So very interesting. When you look, and this is the most important part for me as a data privacy officer, as an AI officer, compliance officer, I want to see, okay, where it proceed, who has access, can I control the access, what happens? And you see here, everything is in a Microsoft 365 service boundary. Yes, it's all, and for Copilot and Copilot Chat is a part of the service boundary. These are the official architectures. This is what we know, and it's also a part now of, fast forward, it's now a part also of Germany. You see here, the tenant boundary is in Germany. And what I like is, and what we can do now, and I want to do it with you in this session, I want to copy the German flag, because the German flag is also here. And this is very, very cool. And this is a revolution in this part, that we have Copilot Chat and also Copilot Premium locally in our environment. But we have to decide, we have to differentiate this. Tenant boundary and MC65 or Azure service boundary, that's differences. So Copilot is a shared service in the MCC service boundary in Germany and also included in Europe. So we have both now. We have some parts in Europe, but more and more parts coming to Germany. And this is very, very interesting, because here we have more and more located directly. So we have also under German law in this part, and we have parts that are outside. So for example, the Bing services and the connection here on the other part, here, this part here, when we use this, it goes out of the German infrastructure out of Europe. And we see here in this part that the Microsoft Bing services is stored for 6 to 18 months. I used Copilot chat to ask what is the example, but we can skip it because this is new. And it was an announcement 2 weeks before. At the end of Ignite, we have 0 retention. And this is also a revolution. So we have proceeding the Bing questions when we're sending to Bing to US. It will be proceed and giving the answer back, but it will not proceed. So 0 retention in US. So only proceeding. We will see what happens next year, but this is totally cool. So the data privacy minimizes the risk nearly to 0. And also what my hope is, my wish to Microsoft, bringing the Copilot and Bing, bringing the Bing services not under responsible of Microsoft Corporation, bring it into the contract with the customer in the part that the customer is responsible for this proceeding of Bing service. But today, Bing services are consumer. So what Microsoft is doing here with the commitments, everything they do, everything they can out of a legal perspective in this part. But very, very interesting. And I bring with you a data flow diagram. I wish I get this from every of my customer, and you create this for me when we were talking about Copilot Chat. What I do here is I creating a flow. So what the customer, the user, I'm the user. What I do here, I write at first a comment about what is the current weather in Cologne. And this is on my smartphone. Then it goes to the tenant boundary. And here we have a filter system, DLP filter. This is new since Ignite. And let me jump to the slide. I'm making pictures. I was in the session that are my pictures. That is one of the sessions. We have the Copilot, and what we are talking about this here. We are talking about, and let me switch to the here to the bring it a little bit more forward. That we have now the opportunity with DLP to prevent sensitive information posting in Copilot Chat. You see it here in Copilot and Copilot Chat to the web grounding and to the Microsoft Graph grounding. So, and this is very interesting. I'm talking to the guy the engineering and product management team of this feature, and he said, okay, when the content will be blocked like the official architecture from 6 months ago, these black ones in step 5, step 6 is the bringing the result. No, not 5 where we checking the access or the rights to access to the content. No. It is in the first step. The first step is putting the prompt in. So it's the second step, but the first step in these surroundings. So in the second step, they will check the content. So what I'm testing, and I can say, yes, it's possible. I can delete every personal content, personal information out of prompt before it will be prompt into the AI system. Yes, it's working today. It's in public preview, but it's working. So we can use DLP to prevent sensitive information with sensitive information type and prevent with sensitive information type with the part personal information. So bringing data privacy full support, and it will be blocked for Copilot Chat. And this is really, really amazing. This is what is new for this session. I prepared this for this session the last weekend, and the last 2 weeks I tested it, and I can say, yes, we can block personal information. And this is a part when we can block personal information in this part, because it's interesting in the data flows. So currently in the data flows, when we don't block it with DLP, it goes into the orchestrator here. This is a third step into the orchestrator. The orchestrator decides which information will be flown into US. There's no 0 retention now. And then it comes back to the orchestrator. It brings it into the LLM model, and the LLM model, OpenAI, is a direct stream. That's only like a RAM, like a RAM part of the system. It's only a temp storage, back to the orchestrator, and then back to the user mailbox. User mailboxes, there is every compliance information of Copilot Chat. Who's chatting, which is a prompt, deletion policy, retention policy, everything is here for the user mailbox on the part. And then we have the output back on the device of the user. So this is one of these data flow diagrams through the services from the device to the tenant boundary, to the service boundary, to US boundary, and back when you have a question how the weather in Cologne, for example. And when I go a little bit deeper, I created some flows, but this is the web grounding part, which I will do at the end. In these flows, we can use also a lot of controls, like, and this is new, and sorry for the German part, this is new, that we can control the picture generation, and we can the video generation. So we can set it's not per user, but it's overall per user will come next year. That we, for Copilot and Copilot Chat, we can say, okay, this is allowed and this is not allowed. You can create videos or you can't create videos. That's very cool that these controls and governance controls are now a part of this. And when you have a look at it, you see here, this is from an Ignite slide, you see more and more controls for Copilot, Copilot agents, Copilot chat agents, or Copilot agents, it's the same, where we see more and more controls in this part. So I can't talk about all of these controls, but I want to show you one of the controls because I'm talking about Bing. You see here the Bing controls you need for Copilot Chat. When you want to bring Copilot Chat into the Edge browser, you need the Bing admin center in the M365 admin center, and it's very close into the admin center. If you have questions, please feel free, use the chat or unmute you, and we will answer. And on the other side, also Copilot prompt history. You can delete it with a retention policy, and you as a user can delete it every time. Not out of the audit logs, but you can delete your history in your user profile of M365. You can delete your search history and you can delete your prompts. So that's very cool. It brings you into the position that you control your data. The same for the prompt gallery. This is only enterprise-owned controlled, but more and more goes into the hand of the user. So very, very interesting. And also what is really interesting, when we talked about controls and reporting, it's very interesting that we have differences in reporting. The first one is, and reporting, and this is what I want to show you, this is a user deletion part. You see here, manage contact history, manage your search history, and here is manage your Copilot ones. And a little bit bigger, this is what I tell you the sentence before. It's a little bit deeper. Okay, let me check. So erase and make the red part on the right one. Use the pen here. This is a user controlled history. Loop, 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 loop. Here you can go there, and here you see you can delete. Okay, it's not working. It's a very interesting PowerPoint feature. And here it's every time wrong. Okay, I do it weird, but you see it. It's the third part. Here is the Copilot history, and here you can delete your history for Copilot Chat included. Before it was not Copilot Chat, but now it's also included your Copilot Chat part. So since February 2021, also with retention policies, but also with user and user part. And the next part, and this is very interesting, are the audit logs. I created here an audit log. You see it. And here you see what is a part of the audit log. I'm using Bing. And Bing is using Copilot Chat with Bing Web Search, with web grounding. So you see here in the logs that you're using Bing Chat Enterprise with Bing. So there's not Copilot Chat, there's Bing Enterprise and Bing for the web grounding part. So I'm looking for information of the weather. So you see here the audit logs, but I don't see what I'm prompting and what is the result of the prompting. You have to go to another portal. I go from audit logs to the DSPM for AI. It's for 30 days, and you see it here. You see here, here's my prompt, and sometimes the response is not available. So here was an example. Give me the customer data of Viva Glint, and there's no response. There's no response available. Sometimes it's not possible, or it's deleted, or it's the response itself is deleted, or it's deleted in the mailbox, or it's not available. But in 80%, you see here the response. But you need the full M365 support of DSPM for AI. So you need DLP policies, or you need insider risk management, all policies, and communication compliance, all policies. Insider risk and communication compliance is terrible and discussing with the working council. But when you have this policy, you see here also results. To see the results of the Bing chat, you see it here, Microsoft Bing Chat. Yes, that's the old name. Hopefully in the future we will see a Copilot Chat. But you see this information. There's a data privacy by default part. If you see the prompt, if you want to see the prompt and the response, you need the eDiscovery manager or the content analyzer that you see this information. So it's not by default. Also, the global admin needs these special rights. So what I do is to control it, make a warning when someone gets these rights. And with these rights, you have access to the version, not the security part has it. So that's very interesting. And there was a question, are the same if you include content search or eDiscovery. In content search, you don't see the result and you don't see the prompt. For content search, you only see that something is found in this item, in this audit log item. That's more this part. But in the eDiscovery, more this part. But in the eDiscovery search, yes, you find the prompt and the response. This is a part of the eDiscovery. So in the eDiscovery, yes, I found every response and prompt when it's not deleted by retention policy. And you think the user can delete it? No, the user can delete it only for itself. He can't delete it in the pure view audit logs. So when it's the basic information are in the audit logs and the other information are part of these PM4AI. So the prompt and response is a part of these PM4AI and it's included in the eDiscovery log. Yes. So what I do is I'm making forensic with eDiscovery for prompts and responses. And also with data investigation, this is a new one. This is also included. So you can use data investigation itself. So you don't need eDiscovery. And you can use Defender for Cloud Apps. But in Defender for Cloud Apps and for Copilot and Copilot Chat, this is also very interesting. Let me switching to the security portal. So that's why I said we have to switch for Copilot Chat in every portal. Yes, we have to switch. And when we go here, and you see it, this is my test tent where I have only a Copilot Chat licensing, so only the default one. I go to Copilot Chat catalog, and yes, before it was on the right side, very easy to switch. Now we have to go to category, and then we have to go to generated AI apps, apply this, and then you see here Copilot Chat. And what I do is I put it into the protected apps. So here is, I can't see the results. This is only a part of this PM4AI. But when you want to see who is using this, who try a jailbreak of the Copilot Chat, who do something forbidden, for example, the DLB policy is working, then you see it also in the Defender for Cloud Apps part, and you see it in the attack surface and the attack overview, and you see it also in the alerts. I don't think that here are alerts, but you see DLB policy. No, you see it, but it's a DLP for email, not for Copilot Chat, but it's also part of Copilot Chat. You see here, then there's a Copilot Chat information of DLP and full support of Defender via PureView and DSPM4AI also for advanced hunting. So yes, but you need for the full support, DSPM4AI with insider risk and communication compliance policies, because this policy, and I will show you the policy you need, because these policy are collecting this information. So yes, the user is transparency when you have these, but for me, it is essential that you have to onboard these. So when you go here to policies, you see here the DLP policies. It is my test tent. Yeah, it's not the full policy part. Recommendations. Let me go into my tenant. Wait, let me switch into my tenant and then show you a little bit more. No, that's not the full set. The full set, you see the full set. When you activate it here in this tenant, I don't activate it. Go into my other tenant. Not the full set of PureView. Here, yes. Here I activated, you see the differences. This is a test tenant with only developer tenant part, and here you see my tenant where I activate the full M365 and also the Copilot Chat part. And here you see the insider risk and the at first the DLP policies. The DLP policies for preventing personal data is not shown here, it's only shown in DLP, but these are the ones what you need to collect all the information. The custom Copilot DLP policy, the Microsoft AI Hub, that was the name before it called DSPM for AI, the adaptive protection, these were detected risky AI user, adaptive protection for insider risk management, browsing activities in AI, unethical behaviors, Copilot interactions and unethical behaviors in AI Hub. So you need these parts. And when you collect more, than Copilot Chat, what do you need? The PureView add-in. So what I'm installing every time, and this is also here in this part, PureView, you see it here, it's very small, sorry. You see here that it's a PureView extension. So I implement also onboarding the device. That was my session, my workshop. That's very interesting. This part was a part of my workshop at Ignite. So what you do is you have to implement the add-in for PureView in Edge. So Edge is fully supported, not Chrome and Safari, everything. So when we use Edge for business. And we onboard the device in PureView, and we also connect under settings the PureView information with Defender, and then you have the full support to control everything what happened with Copilot Chat through all the portals. And when you want to combine Defender and PureView parts, that's data investigation in the PureView part, but it costs extra money. It's not a part of the licensing, not a part of E5 licensing. Yeah, it costs some money more, but it's very interesting that these recommendations or policies you see here, protect sensitive data from Copilot processing. This is the newest part from Ignite, sensitive data, and I extracted with personal data. That's very interesting that now in this part you can control the data flow. So then you see the information in the data flow, and I talk about the differences, and it's also different in the storage. So audit logs 180 days without the response and information. When you use the response information, DSPM 30 days, but you can store it, and I found it. You can store it also via Defender portal in the Azure blob storage, or you can bring it to Azure Sentinel, and you can store also the responses longer than 30 days, and the user cannot delete it, and the retention policy is not working. But this is when you want to have more information for a longer day, or use it for let me check. Can I copy it? No, I need to copy it also. When you use it, for example, for a detailed control and a longer control than 30 days also for the response. And let me copy the AKA link. The AKA link is updated, and there's a Microsoft presentation also with the information. I put it into the comments. Let me check. Oh, I can do it. I put it in the private chat, and the guys will copy it to the comments once. So that is very, very interesting that you see the Copilot Chat control system, governance, PureView, Defender is more like a cockpit of thank you very much for posting it. It's more like a cockpit of the airplane. Before it calls Bing Chat or Bing Enterprise Chat, it was only controlled in the Bing Admin Center. Okay, let me show it to you. Also, I go into the admin center, then you see it. Admin center. And you can, it's in German. Let me switch to the other tenant. It's in English, the test tenant. It's in English. I go to settings, and you see here the Edge settings under partner relationships. And here the configuration policies. You see here also Copilot now. Copilot in Edge. You have the Copilot mode. And this is very cool. Before I show you this, we have to go to the configuration policies. You need one of the configuration policies, and in the configuration policies, and yes, you see some other extensions and Copilot ones like Copilot feedback and everything. And today, and I have 5 minutes, and I'm done. And today you can go here and go to Edge and go to Copilot, and now you see here the agent mode, Copilot in toolbar. That's easier than before, that you don't need to create a policy. You can create policy for different users, but now you can control the Edge part about the Copilot in Edge, everyone. So that's very interesting. And for my last admin center part today, we will go to another part. We go to the office config.office.com that controls also Copilot Chat. And I have two news at the end. We announced something today with zero retention, but today we have two new news. I go to the configuration part, and I hopefully you respect that I'm switching through all the admin centers. I'm going policies for all users. That's a different one, what I called all for users. So 10 configuration policy. Let me go to next. And let me go to next. Wait. Let me go to next. I need to go to next here. That's my surface is before. Then I go to Copilot. And then you see two new ones. So what you see here is now you have more Copilot controls and Copilot Chat controls, which are not included into the Copilot Control Center, not included in the Edge, not included in Preview, and not included in Defender. And what is here, and this is also important, you have, for example, the web search, the web grounding control. So how I can control my web grounding is only here. It moves from Edge to Office Chat. And this is very interesting also, that we have the Copilot AI disclaimer since 2 days, so it's very, very new, that you can configure here, and you enable an AI disclaimer. The answers can be wrong, and what is very new, and I want to show, and please use it, it's for free, no extra money, it's amazing, that you can use here an URL with your terms of use of Copilot Chat. So we have an URL in every Copilot Chat, in Office and everywhere, in a web and in an app, on Android, on iOS, with your terms of use directly to Copilot Chat. And the last one I will show you is the adjusting responsible AI protection. Wait. Is it? No, multi-word access I want to show you. That is what I added it. What is the multi-account access to Copilot for work documents? This is very important. You know the differences about Copilot Chat Free and Copilot for Work. And these part working for Windows, Mac OS, iOS, Android, and Office on the web. And it's very important that you enable, because if you enable or don't configure the setting, also better, your user can use, also you need to disable it. That is very important that you can read it directly. And exactly, if you enable or don't configure this policy setting, so in default it's not configured, your user can use Copilot on work documents with Copilot that is from outside the organization. So they can bring the Copilot Free and Copilot Pro license with them and can use these licensing with your working documents. And if you prevent this, you need to disable this option. In default, it is not configured, so it's working. So this is not is what I think it's a part of Preview. Yes, it can be a part of Preview, but it's not a part of Preview. It's a part of the configuration in the Office configuration part. So what I'm telling you is, to control Copilot Chat, you have to write through all the admin centers. You have to go and read exactly the policies, because you find policy like this one not in the Preview portal, in the Office configuration portal. So at the end, what you do is you control this part, and this is, I created an animation for you, data access and everything. I will move because I told you a little bit about it. So what I do is here, what you are controlling is this. You're controlling with these parts your prompt moving through the orchestrator to the Bing search, to the web grounding. The logs will print and the result, and the results going here to the users. And this is also a very big part that what we do here is that when these data flows to US, no prompt is included, no the full prompt, no files, no web pages, no PDFs, no entry ID information. It's not impacting the Bing search result, no answers, no social features, nothing. So the web grounding, which is part of the US part, and you see it here, we do it also in Germany. Sorry, it was for the German CELA presentation, law presentation. You see here, we use the web, and the result, and this is what we screenshotted here. The result is that we see here, this is a part which is sending to Bing, and is sending to Bing only objective information, no personal information. And if you prevent this sending to US, you can use now the DLP policy to check this and to take governance. And here is the DLP policy. At the end, which is the newest one from Ignite, and it's working. It's a public preview, but it's working. But it's not a part of the DLP recommendations in DSPM4AI, so you need to go to DLP to create this policy to prevent sensitive information and to prevent, you see it, and prevent also personal data to sending to Microsoft, grounding to Bing Web, to US, and also as a part of Copilot Chat. So this was a run through that. While I talk, you need 3 days, but this is a run through all admin centers and all configuration and where you find the configuration on what you can do and switch on. So my presentation about protecting Copilot Chat is more than 120 slides. It was too long for today. So this is a wrap up of this, and hopefully you like it and you learn a lot about Copilot Chat and where you find something and what is a part of the audit logs or DSPM4AI and some of these misunderstanding what Microsoft is doing there and where you find anything. In this part, thank you very much. I'm here for also Q&A. And Nicholas, thank you very much, and Kevin for invited me to talk about this compliance topic, but it goes deeply into the IT and switching. We are today in nearly all admin centers. We can go forward. I have material for the next 2 hours, but I think now shortly we will stop because we have 15 minutes before 10 and time.
That was amazing. I never knew everything. You have to go to different portal to turn on everything. Well,
that's a presentation. Easy. That's a presentation from somebody who knows his stuff. You can just pivot into one and the other. So that's really good. It's really good. And as you said, sometimes topics like this, you might need like a half a day to present. I often find if I'm asked to do a presentation for a customer or for an event, if they say like you've got 30 minutes or 40 minutes, you're like, give me an hour, give me 2 hours. It's easier to do. It's easier to show more. But that was brilliant. Well done.
Yeah, you get more and more controls. That's what we all wish. But now with all the controls in the different admin centers, we need to understand where I can switch something off, on, and where I control all of these parts. And more comes to Copilot Chat, like the video generation. It was only part of Premium. Now it's part of Copilot Chat. And now we have the issues that, for example, for video generation, how it's possible to make, not compliance part, to make a rollout in waves. It's not possible. You can switch it on or off. Know what I mean? So that's what we are waiting for the next year, that you can create custom groups for this department, this department, this department. Today is on or off.
Yeah.
But that's cloud. On off.
Constant change.
Wow.
Hopefully you learn a lot. What I can do is we can go to Entra ID and deeper in Azure, but no, not for today. In the next time. Hopefully you will get the slides also, and you can share it. And if you have any questions, if you find anything, so a lot of this, what I'm presenting is reverse engineering. It's not a part of the documentation. Please ask me and let me go deeper in these parts. It's very, very interesting, also with the LLM models and switching LLM models and everything. And this is, for example, in control I'm waiting for. That I can say, you, for example, Kevin, you get GPT-5, and Nicholas get GPT-5.2, and I'm getting Cloud AI for using in Copilot Chat. This is not possible today, but I hope that we will get it in the future.
Yeah, and it will come. It's like Azure. Like Azure governance wasn't around for a long time, and then when that came in, it really changed the management experience of Azure. So it'll happen.
And we have it today for agents.
Right.
For agents in combination with Azure and Azure Admin Center controls. Yeah. We have it today, and now with Copilot Control Center Agent 365, we will get the UI, and in the background it controls Azure. But this is very interesting that in Agent we have it, but for Copilot Chat we need to wait some weeks. But at first we have Christmas Day today. And I'm missing the Christmas hat, but I have the German hat out of the Microsoft Cloud Germany. And when we talked about governance and compliance, Germany is often the example that we are so crazy here about these topics. But I hope you have a lot of fun today, and also the people who look this stream.
That's awesome, Raphael. And look, it is recorded as well, so it's going to be up on YouTube and all the usual channels. So there's a lot of content there, and I will presume that folks are going to have to take some time to digest it and come back in and maybe review those videos. I'm definitely going to have a look at it myself back maybe tomorrow or later in the week. But yeah, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for.
Yeah, I never knew you can control Copilot Chat with so many portal. Wow.
Yeah. Excellent.
Governance.
Okay, we had a couple of questions, actually one, and it was from Konstantinos, who presented earlier. It was kind of halfway through your session.
I already told him, he already answered it.
Right, great. Sorry, I wasn't sure if that was brought up. That's perfect. Yeah. Okay. So other than that, there's no other questions in. So I guess, as you say, Raphael, if folks have any questions, they can just drop them in on the chat or contact you on your socials. And we'll make sure that we get the question to you if we hear about it before you do.
Thank you very, very much. Also posting the link.
No worries. It's a good link. You should check out.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go get some rest. It's late for you now and for Con as well. So thank you guys for your sessions, and we wish everybody very nice Christmas.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year as well.
See you in the New Year. Thank you. Bye.
See you, folks.
Christmas. Bye-bye.